Have you ever noticed how motivation always seems to disappear right when you need it the most, not on your best days? Not when things are easy, but on the mornings you wake up tired, uninspired, slightly disappointed with yourself, and quietly wondering why the life you imagined still feels so far away. Because here's the uncomfortable truth: most people don't want to admit motivation was never designed to stay. It's emotional. It's reactive. It shows up when conditions feel right and vanishes the moment they don't. And if you've been waiting to feel motivated before you act, before you change, before you commit, then without realizing it, you've been letting your future depend on a feeling that has no loyalty to you. Welcome back to the Daily Better. Today, I want to talk about something that doesn't feel exciting, doesn't sound inspirational, and rarely goes viral, but quietly decides who actually gets to the life they say they want: discipline. Not the harsh, punishment-style discipline people associate with burnout and pressure, but the quiet, grounded kind that shows up even when motivation doesn't. Because discipline will carry you to places motivation simply can't reach. Motivation feels powerful at the beginning. It makes you start a new routine, open a fresh notebook, download a productivity app, promise yourself that this time will be different. But discipline is what stays when the novelty fades, when no one is watching, when progress is invisible, when the results are still too far away to be rewarding. And that's the moment most people quit, not because they failed, but because the emotional reward stopped arriving on schedule. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't ask how you feel today. It doesn't negotiate with your excuses. It doesn't need a dramatic reason to exist. It's the decision you made in advance to keep going, even when your current self wants comfort more than growth. Think about the version of you who keeps saying, "I'll start when I feel ready," or "I just need to get motivated again," or "I'll do it when life slows down." That version of you isn't lazy. They're just outsourcing their future to emotions that change every few hours. Discipline is different. Discipline is choosing consistency over intensity, showing up for the small, boring actions that don't feel impressive but slowly reshape your identity. Because discipline isn't about forcing yourself to do everything. It's about removing the daily decision fatigue that keeps draining your energy. You don't wake up every day debating whether you'll brush your teeth. You don't negotiate with yourself about stopping at red lights. Those actions are disciplined not because they're hard, but because they're decided. And the most successful people apply that same principle to their growth. They don't wait to feel like working on their craft. They don't need a surge of inspiration to take care of their health. They don't rely on excitement to show up. They build systems so simple that discipline becomes almost invisible. Here's what no one tells you. Discipline doesn't feel powerful in the moment. It feels repetitive. It feels quiet. Sometimes it even feels pointless. But weeks later, months later, you look back and realize something changed. Not because you tried harder, but because you stopped quitting on ordinary days. Motivation wants a breakthrough. Discipline builds a direction. Motivation asks, "What do I feel like doing today?" Discipline asks, "What kind of person am I becoming?" And once you understand that, everything shifts. Because discipline doesn't trap you. It frees you. It frees you from mood swings deciding your future. It frees you from constantly starting over. It frees you from the exhausting cycle of hype and disappointment. Discipline creates trust between you and yourself. Every time you do the thing you said you would do even when it's uncomfortable, you send a quiet message to your future self. You can count on me, and that trust compounds. So if you're waiting for motivation to come back, maybe this is the moment to stop waiting. Not to overhaul your entire life, not to become extreme, but to choose one small, repeatable action that aligns with the person you want to be and protect it fiercely from excuses. Because motivation may light the match, but discipline is what keeps the fire burning long after no one is cheering. And the places discipline can take you the calm confidence, the quiet pride, the life that feels earned instead of wished. For those places, motivation alone will never reach. So tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself one simple question. What is one small thing I can do tomorrow, not because I feel like it, but because I decided who I'm becoming? That's where real change begins. And that's what we're here for, to get a little better, one disciplined day at a time.